What's up, Hippo lovers? Semi-final number 2, starting now. LAN against Fire in a best of 7. As you all know, Arabia map number 1, and then 3 home maps each if we get that far. And yeah, I drank a lot before starting that intro. Let's jump into the action. Arabia, hidden pick, Civ, no repeat for the whole series, and we have an interesting mirror match that I have not seen in quite some time, namely a Chinese mirror match here on Arabia. Interesting stuff. Let's take a look how they will play this one out. So Woodline's very close here for our player in the blue trunks, which is Mr. Antagonist. Gold, horrible outside there. Secondary and secondary. Gold at the very top there as well. So that is the perfect map if you want to go scouts or skirms or tower rush or something. But anything with gold, you need to get creative. On the other side, we have Mr. Fire. What did he scout already? Already saw his golds pretty open as well. Main gold spot a bit closer and easier to wall off in that action or direction, surely. We can see Cumin 1v1 in the... We saw Cumins in the last 1v1 series. Yeah, Cumin mirror is something we had earlier. I said it's... Yeah, they can choose Cumins. Okay. Now it makes all sense. Okay, this is the time. We already had some predictions apparently, but give me some of your predictions again. Fire against Mr. LAaaN. Who do you think is the favorite? What do you think is going to happen? I personally think we will see a 4-2 victory for Mr. LAaaN. Huh. 4-3 for Fire is what I can read. Okay, so predicting a close series there. What about the rest of you? 4-2 Fire, 4-3 Fire. Okay, so no one expecting something so significant there. Please Fire. Oh, we will see. We'll find out who he plays in the finals tomorrow against Mr. Vilis, who just beat DauT, to the surprise of some of us. I personally play as LOL Fire. What's your opinion on the one-hit boar lane? Just got 2 boars stolen. It is forbidden in this tournament. Because of exactly that reason. Moonfall. It shouldn't be in the game. It's, in my opinion, a mistake by the developers to have it this way. LAaaN said he won't be called Antagonist yet. He's not LAaaN anymore. Well, he can use that name after NAC. I won't support name changes like this. Maybe Hidden Cup is a tournament that he'd like to play. Why are people not inviting me to tournaments? Well, I would have invited LAaaN, but I have no idea who this Antagonist guy is. Also, it allows way more puns. So, we will stay with LAaaN. Sign up was still with Vublinix, right? No, you needed to go for both. Spoiler LAaaN, one confirmed by Nili. He can say that after the NAC. Okay. Okay, so what are the plays here? Pop 24 by Mr. Fire goes for a lot of walls here. Completely walled already. And LAaaN, he plays Pop 23. Walls off the right hand side. Did push 1 or 2 ostriches. And maybe could wall the right hand side as well. Where will he go for after this? Maybe builds his stuff over here. It is simply not a pretty map, man. If we had restart, that would probably be one to be chosen.
Wait.
Feel Average time looks pretty solid so far here. 23. The normal perfect time would be 10:30. He's making it 9:50, means 40 seconds, 41 seconds ahead here. And we'll snag the scout here of Fire. Let's take a look how LaaaN will play this one out. And yeah, going to be some interesting moves coming up ahead for us. Now a stable behind this. Kind of tries to hide his tag, but maybe the wall's not far enough. The gold could be scouted. What? He lets go? LaaaN lets go of that scout? Why? I think he could have gotten at least one more hit. Huh, that's a bit surprising to me. Okay. LaaaN goes for more walls. The full early game here for LaaaN won't be about setting himself up for any feudal damage. It's more about, okay, let's get a stable map. Let's guarantee to not fall behind. And then I can maybe play a normal / stable game. Even housed now. And yeah, so he has no desire to really get any aggression done. It's all about just survival, same amount of villagers, and then he should consider this feudal age a success. Is the relic in the north bugged? Not that it matters, just curious. It's not. Robo knows all. Indeed, he does. Okay, no real gold control as of now. Not a single kill in this game. This one will be the first one. Fire snacks this one. And that was with the low HP scout. My game is lagging. Okay, really lagging, he says. Okay. Do we see fire on gold? Not yet. So both going for the strong food eco here. That might be too much food, honestly. It's a lot of farms. 15 farms here before going on to gold. What are we seeing on the other side? We see 11 farms and then going on to gold. Interesting. LaaaN 9 on wood, Fire 10 on wood. Maybe LaaaN... Was he housed or does he have Weaver? No, he was just housed for so long that he's behind by a solid 1.5 villagers already. Make that 2.5 villagers after losing 3 units already. And that might just be... Okay, antagonist, not with the best mindset. He says he can't play like this. Whatever that means. What can I do? Not sure who was host. Space Hobo, ahoy to you as well. And yeah, LaaaN not really happy with this setup at the moment. Imagine the max being in Hamburg without Velise. He could be like, pick me up, I'm scared. But, did Velise win? Exclamation mark bracket will tell you. Okay, completely walled, both players. Archer range now behind this, and we have some walled. How can a grown man be scared? I think you aren't really clever if you're scared of nothing. I think being scared is a very reasonable feeling and a very justified thought process. Being scared of stuff. Second archer range now, and we see just wheelbarrow flying in, and then LaaaN will click up. On the other side, Fire already 20%, now sends 5 villagers on gold. That won't be the biggest gold income ever, is now adding a second stable, so it will be archers for Mr. LaaaN, and Fire is playing with only stables. What makes you scared? Questions from my Twitch chat that I can't answer. I'm afraid of heights. Actually. I'm probably a bit above average scared of snakes. Yeah. What makes Twitch chat scared? Oh, so much. A streamer that doesn't show the points, for example. Might be one of the scariest things ever. Yeah, maybe bans. Mods! Twitch chat is scared of mods. I'm scared of Fire making chaos in his apartment again. Did he have chaos in his apartment? Okay. Okay, Camel Rider. Now being produced. Those villagers don't really know what to do with their lives after the one hostage is done. Now town center here, second town center at the front. Thinking that that is kind of a risky move, having the gate open and the villagers outside here. I think I would have loved to see another gate, but easier said than done. He still has the scout and the spearman at the front, yeah, so he knew nothing could come out. Did show that he doesn't have any defense upgrade, but has bloodlines, so kind of indicating some units here. LaaaN is now moving out with crossbow. Fire 3 villagers ahead. Fire will be second in this qualifier as well, calling it now. Could be. Could be. Okay, defensive TC here by Mr. LaaaN. Goes for 1 extra TC. Cannot afford a second one. What's the issue here? Yeah, a bit out of wood. Goes for more crossman. Botkin +1 defense is queued up behind this. Next, not even a single villager. And then goes away. 3 villagers behind. And... Whew. Now a Scorpion against him. Some knights +1/+1 for them coming around. Uh-oh, camels. Getting something done. Losing a lot of HP, or some HP, snagging 1 crossbow. Even fight, I would say. More scorpions, now a monastery at the front. Everything looks kind of evenish, I would say. Fire 3 TCs, LaaaN. Is he still? No, okay, now he is building a 30C as well. So Fire will have a reasonable villager advantage. I think both should have wheelbarrow, right? Give me a farmer, give me a farmer with... Okay, yeah, both with wheelbarrow. Nothing too special. Crossman now running around a bit, trying to find small openings in some directions. Not really going to happen. Both players pretty much walled and planning to play the long game here. Walls behind this as well. Very stalemate at all situations. All walls without any real openings at the moment. I wanted to say 175, but it instantly jumped to 200 stone here for Fire. So going for Genesis or for Chokonus actually isn't out of the question. Crosswoman now doing some okay stuff here. Camels out from LaaaN as well. Siege workshop on the hill. All that is walled off. 8 village advantage for our player from Brazil. Second in NAC qualifier, in NAC2 qualifier number 1. Second place in NAC2 qualifier number 2. And still somehow managed to get to Hamburg. No idea how that is even possible. It's lovely move by Fire, trying to intercept the army here, but shouldn't really work out. Do we have some houses? Yeah, needs a quick wall behind there and another palisade there. All good. Knights won't find an opening. Crossmen going forward. A mangonel at the front could maybe fly in here as well. I can't select a unit by clicking on its icon when I have selected a group. Does anybody have had this problem? What? Oh yeah, you can't. Yeah, I didn't know either. Hacked the German embassy in Vietnam? Yeah, probably. Oh, getting the scout kill, that was it. Those knights over here. Oh god, where can the crossbows really go? They can't eat the big mangonel shot. Not going to happen. They are going back. The camels can clear up the mangonel and also need to help over here. Not really sure how to consider to take this fight. Crossbowman found a solid spot, but those camels now eating some shots from the scorpions as well. Let's go into that fight a bit more, and it seems like now the monks could get sniped. Scorpions are doing an okay job. Monk number 2 is going down. Monk number 3 is not getting attacked. How did that one survive with 18 HP? No idea what happened there. But it's just behind this. 6 more for fire, so that advantage kind of stayed the same behind this. Ooh. Now 2 more stables, upgrades. Not that good on those units. +1 attack, bloodlines, but that was it so far. Camel's trying to snack another mangonel. Fire. 3 villages ahead. How are resources looking? Oh, way more for fire. Not producing too many military units at the moment. Goes for the eco approach. Mangonels here, snacking those scorpions. Should get the monk here as well. The monk dodges the shot. Camel's now moving forward and diving in against this as well. I think LaaaaaN is putting himself up for a pretty solid comeback. Snacks that monk, but now 2 monks here. They should both get a conversion, right? I would be really surprised if they don't. Yes, indeed they do. Nice move here. LaaaaaN now falling behind slightly in villagers. Fire mainly focusing on his eco at the moment. The market now behind this. LaaaAN's resources need to get balanced. Actually not looking too bad. 4 stable full camel production upgrades. Still no defense upgrades on those. On a unit that has 0 armor. That's helping out so much. And on the other side, fire +1/+2 on his camels. Monks continue to be produced. Fire 3 ahead now. LaaaaaN somehow got the score advantage. Fire tries to find an opening here at the gold. Isn't going to happen. Other gold and stone still pretty much exposed. Or is that? Whose stone is that? Oh, that was an extra gold. Is it? Was it? No, that was just the second. And the second. Okay, Monk, can he start getting conversion? Doesn't look like it. Better numbers here for fire. LaaaaaN is moving a lot of villagers to the front. We'll get a defensive or an aggressive castle off. That looks like somewhat of an even fight. Villagers could just wall themselves, and then it looks like that should be fine for me. Yes, and both castles will most likely go up. Camels now needs to go back. Fire with a 6 villager advantage. Camel number now completely unimportant in this one. Chukunu numbers will now dictate the game as long as both castles will go up. And I think they should. Maybe we get 1 conversion there. Chukunu's not really helping out. Really the unit that could help preventing that castle at the moment. But yeah, not going to happen. Now we have LaaaaaN going for the defense upgrade. I think he should just stop camel production at all. That is so weird. That is so weird. Okay, that village is going to go down. Fire with a solid advantage now. 11 villagers ahead. 10 more military as well, equaling 20 population advantage. Defensive tower at that gold now. LaaaaaN with such an unfortunate map. Let's take a look. Some nice quick walls here. Fire on point, but oh, there was a hole. It was a hole behind this. Can he maybe re-wall something? Not really. Camels only +1/+1 at the moment. Oh, okay. So we have a drop here now. And this is the spot where I got messaged to make an admin decision. So let me see what Robo wrote in the chat here for this game. I think he had something here now. LaaaaaN dropped, and after some discussion, he agreed to give the win to game number 1 to Fire. Okay. So, what happened here in this game was... Initially, LaaaN messaged me and he felt he was in an even spot. Fire said he was clearly ahead. LaaaN was on the way to Imp. Fire was also on the way to Imp. Fire had more control over the gold. He had more camels as well. And apparently they could not restore this game. We already had saved and restored games earlier in this tournament. So it must have been a hiccup by either Fire or LaaaN. They didn't save. Okay. It's not an issue of the E. It was an issue of the players. And if Fire felt he would have won the game clearly, he could have just saved. So it was a technical issue. It's the and the players? Okay. Let's call it a mixture. LaaaN had an okayish equal. It was 12 villagers behind. A bit behind an Imp. I think he would have lost this game. Very likely. Very likely. So we will count this as the 1-0 here for Mr. Fire. Playing quite a convincing game, I have to say. Obviously horrible gold spot for LaaaN and he had to adjust. And yeah, probably not the greatest mindset. I think maybe a bit of a wrong unit choices and didn't go for any camel upgrades. That was a bit underwhelming there as well. We can take a look at the statistics. And Fire with a better KD. Also some more conversions. Eco, I would say somewhat even. 1k more stone for Fire, allowing him to go for a second castle there. And 12 more villagers in the end. So admin win for Fire. It's not an admin decision. LaaaN said, okay, Fire, you will get the win. Admins didn't interfere. My ruling was, if you remember, play game number 2 till 7 and then replay game number 1. That was my ruling. With starting LaaaN's home map. That was my ruling, but we didn't get to it. But we will get on to home map of Mr. LaaaN. Who do we want to have? We want LaaaN as blue, right? Indeed. So we're jumping into game number 2 and everything will be fine then. Fire simply won game number 1. He was heavily ahead. There was a drop from LaaaN's side and LaaaN agreed to it. So I know people will search for drama, but it's really tough for me to give you more drama in this one. It's a pretty clear case. So, we are looking at cross. Civilizations are Persians for both players. Very short distance here to the water for Fire. And I'm interested to see how that will be played out. As you all know, it is a pretty flat map. And we have pawns in every direction. And I'm curious to see how this one will play out, actually. He only has 5 villagers on food here. So LaaaN adjusting his start a bit. On the other side, we have the typical 6 on food for Fire. You're starting with 50 extra food, being the Persians. Huh. What game is this? Finals? It says semifinals. And that indeed is what it is. Tomorrow, 18 GMT, we will have the finals. The map is called Cross. By the way, when was the last time Persian elephants were used in a pro game? Like 15, 20 years ago? Absolutely not. Especially all land nomad tournaments, we had massive amount of elephants. So I would say 5 or 6 years ago. We saw Persian elephants. And I probably will find other games where they were used as well. We sometimes have them, yeah, on Land Nomad, we had them very often. Why elephants were used in Battle of Africa? No? I can't remember. On the donut map? Okay. What are elephants good at? Are they like rams with damage? They're even better than... Like, they're by far the strongest land unit. They are occasionally countered by halberdiers. They are the most pop efficient unit though. So if you want to go for like, okay, we both have 150 villagers and both go for 50 army, war elephants will always win. Yeah. I remember a great 2v2 game between AM and Secret with lots of elephants this year. Okay, I didn't. Will NAC3 be played on DE? Yes. Has Fire's backed stone? Yes, but he needed to call that unfortunate spot. Won't happen in the main event. We obviously will be able to call an admin restart for that one. Obviously, there was no admin around due to the live games. We are giving them, I believe, 6 minutes to check their maps and call admin restarts themselves. That's the only option we have at the moment. Those games aren't live, so it's an unfortunate scenario, but no way around this at the moment. With the stone. Fire simply has to play it this way. Came back from the supermarket. How was game 1? Solid performance by Fire. Finals gonna be live. As I said, DE cannot play any reliable live games. But NAC finals, the offline finals, will be live, yes. Both players going for their dog makes a lot of sense. The big question is who will control the kind of neutral dogs at the bottom and at the top here. And how they will approach the whole situation. Lots of gold here in the center. Those are 2 spots from Fire, 1 from LAaaN. Do you think DE will be fine at NAC3? Yes, otherwise I would not host the event. Who won earlier? Exclamation mark brackets will tell you. Fire is going up with pop 26 here. What is his plan? Goes forward with some of the villagers. Maybe men-at-arms might be an option. He might also just try to wall with this one or try to go for a sneaky dog and go for scouts. On the other side, LAaaN is going militia 3 on gold. That's a weird amount. When did we ever see 3 on gold? Normally for archers, but you never go with 3 on gold if you add a militia as well. Huh. Why are Persians so good on this map? Plus 50 food, plus 50 wood means you can build the dock a bit earlier. The dock works faster, and the TC works faster as well. If you get Archer and Fire Galley behind. Yeah, but why would he need a Fire Galley? There is no contested pawn here. That makes it so weird. If we had another pawn, I would absolutely see why we're going for 3. Now we have the first engagement here. Trying to be annoying as possible. As annoying as possible. Third militia now as well. And that's a funny thing that someone else mentioned to me. If you go up to feudal age, it shows you in the language of the player. And it shows in the language of my observing. So actually he advanced to feudal age in English and on Spanish. Yeah, idle fishing ship, that's so bad as well. I think that should be on their list as well. Fire now going for the pawn at the top. Still a lot of aggression here over at that side. Scout is taking some hits. We have a defensive archer range behind this as well. If he sneaks stocks. Yeah, if he sneaks stocks, then he can go and add more on gold. As you can see now, he has 90 gold and isn't going for a single gold unit. Okay, some more walls now. And wouldn't Fire against Vilis be the most surprising of the final outcome after we saw the semifinals? At least for me. Spearman getting some solid hits. Huh. Fire's on the second pawn already. Indeed, that villager is getting pressured quite a bit. Let's take a look how we defend this. We have 1 archer out now. Fire did go on to gold here. Where? Did he collect 20 gold or what happened? Yeah, he did collect some gold. Interesting. Should be able to hold this now. Is there a point in docking on more pawns on this map? Yes, absolutely. For example, in the other semi-final, one player only went for 1 pawn and completely lost the game because the other opponent got all the other 3 pawns and therefore had way more fishing ship, way better eco, and just instantly won the game. This is semi-final number 2, indeed. Oh yeah, I could rename the... Yeah, okay. Did fix that. Scout is running away. Doesn't want to lose more HP against those scouts. Where's the transition behind this? So Archer's now from Mr. LaaaaaN as well. Goes for a lot of walls. Gets himself away from that other pawn. Will be completely walled though and shouldn't really have any problems. Pawn at the bottom, not contested at all at the moment. Worker advantage for Fire. At 2 simply because he has 2 pawns working for himself. Now a galley to defend the potential sneak. Full of salmon. Yeah, potentially. Oh, what is in there? Some shorefish, some dorado, some salmon indeed. Jumping in there. So landward in the north? No, he's not. Absolutely open. Let's see. He has no idea of that yet. Unlikely that army will come over there pretty soon, though. He absolutely walled the rest. Now building a house behind this. Should be able to defend it. Castle age timing won't be the shabbiest. 400 food now. On the other side, we have Fire already looking at 600 food. 5 workers ahead. This is looking good for Fire, in my opinion. Oh man, isn't that interesting? My money would have been on a heresy final. LaaaaaN against DauT, and I've been wrong at least in one of those scenarios. Villager will die. Didn't try to wall himself more, and the Spearman will revenge him though. LaaaaaN with a kind of ambitious talk, and no, the galley against this a bit late. The galley early is nice because you can actually prevent the villager from building stuff, but the galley late won't really help you. Scouts could squeeze in. No, look at that villager working. That's, yeah. Bob Jackson with his moonwalk buildings. Moon buildings. All of 3, DauT, LaaaaaN, and Fire to advance. Feels bad, man. Feels indeed bad, man. What's LaaaAN's plan? I think survive. Might be a good one, yeah. What if WTF? Spear wins against the galley? No, he doesn't. But he has an attack bonus. Spearman have attack bonus. Okay, LaaaAN now up. 5 workers behind, and yeah, it looks like Fire might even sneak something over. Maybe a villager somewhere and try to claim pawn number 3 for himself. Let's take a look. Castle age timings better for our Brazilian. Now goes for stable number 2. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of camels again in this one. Stable number 2 from LaaaAN as well. It's the main tournament at the LaaaAN who are already qualified. All the info now at the right hand side. Ships are camels. But that's not true. And Fire has to feel really good that there's no contestants over that pond. Even sent the villager over, and he will get 3 pawns. One of the first upgrades he should get should be gill nets, and yeah, not sure if he's actually going for it or if he already got it. Now the fight here could go for the demo behind as well. Has the fast fires and gets the boom. What a beautiful move. And wins the fight over the pawn at the top. That means it will stay at most likely 3 against only 1 pawn. Horrible scenario for LaaaAN here, and in the game earlier we saw how brutal that is. Making a joke about the fast camels used to be considered a ship unit for bonus damage from castle and else. Yes. Ship of the desert. Camels and knights. For now only +1 attack. For those, 1 extra TC. Fire not going for the pawn here. How are the fishing ship? Well, how is the fishing ship count? So we're looking at 9, make it 15 compared to 8. 7 fishing ship ahead. That's kind of the worker difference here. 1 extra villager advantage for Fire at the moment. Camel numbers a bit better for LAaaN, I believe. Let's take a look at those. And we have cavalry indeed 12. No. How is that even possible? 12 cavalry, but those scouts will now heavily fall here. And suddenly we are at 9 cavalry. 2-7 of LAaaN. Bloodlines +1/+1. Some interception here at the front. Villager will go down. Monastery is not going up either. Spearman actually doing quite a solid job against this. Boy, nice moves here by Mr. LAaaN, getting a lot of damage done. The camels, I really think their animation is now super funny how they're walking. It's kind of insane how good Fire and DauT last time looked in the qualifiers and how hard they got beat at NAC3 really puts the levels in perspective. Yeah. And then people complain about the lack of qualifiers, right? Like last time, the qualifier, if we don't count Jordan, was by far the worst player. And yeah, Jordan is not invited this time. Is worker a new thing? Well, the thing is, this says villagers, but it's actually villagers plus fishing ships. So that's why I used worker as a term. I could have said villagers plus fishing ships. On paper, Magiars look pretty good. Why aren't they played more? No eco bonus. Eco bonus is something pretty important in Age of Empires. Because from there you can go for everything. Jordan will not visit NAC3 at the moment. It isn't likely. He still didn't touch the... Man, why do AoE camels walk instead of running? Aren't they riding? Oh, repair for that mangonel, not in time. And also not punishing those knights to the full potential. What are the next steps here? So we have Pikeman defense now by Fire. He's going triple barracks. Is facing a pikeman aggression with only 1 barracks and 2 stables at the moment from our player in the blue trunks, who is now going for 2nd barrack and some more mangonels. Is getting pushed back here. Might get some more conversions. Feels like a pretty even game at the moment. And yeah, we're still fighting for all that important gold. And as I said earlier, Fire, those are 2 of his golds. That was the other gold of Mr. LAaaN. Where is the gold of Fire and how much do we still have left there? Okay, a lot. Now freed his stone in the back as well. Next step, elephants and trash expos. Yeah, trash expos actually is a thing. And something that I think makes a lot of sense. But elephants probably won't be seen in this one. I think especially if we now get the castle up pretty soon. And we saw the massive amount of pikemen against it. I feel like a castle drop here or here. And then 2 archery ranges, 3 archery ranges. Could be something very reasonable. Fire. Slide score advantage. Pikeman eating some big shots. And pikeman numbers are a bit better for Fire. He's 10 military ahead. Mangonel needs to take good fights here. Dodging that one, but still getting the kill due to the hill advantage. Mangonels, can we see some fights? Fire with all his HP is now eating one volley, second volley in there. Mangonels dealing quite some stuff in the backline. Castle is going up more in the defensive line because he didn't feel he could get it up at the front. And yeah, so many pikemen going down. And LaaaaaN, I think that wasn't too bad for him. Yeah, his aggression got smashed, but his boom behind it is way better. And that was just a pike against pike trade-off. He gets the castle up and is still controlling all the gold behind this. Unless the one Mangonel can now make wonders, but that would really surprise me. Yeah, even the misclick did attack the castle there. And even if we see some villagers go down, that won't be enough. I think that was a win for LaaaaaN. He is now clicking up to castle age pretty soon as well. Controlling all those gold spots was just so important. Meanwhile, Fire... we had the back stone over here that he's now going for, and that stone was not really taken by him either. And whew, castle age for both players. And we have LaaaaaN now clicking up to imperial age. Fire can go up pretty soon as well, has the buildings, just lacking gold, and tries to reclaim it. 3 pawns for him, but only 1 extra TC. Meanwhile, LaaaaaN did play 2 extra TCs. And had the earlier beautiful pikeman transition and got his mangonels to efficiency as well. Now we're starting with fish traps. Actually, weirdly positioned fish trap there, pretty far away. What a change to Persians that they new cross meta. TCs work faster in Dark Age. And the upgrade in for the castle for crossbows, I think. I remember Hans or what is this being picked here in recent tournaments. I think faster working TC in Dark Age really makes a difference. It's only 5%, but still, it's 1 extra villager. You're getting to castle age, to feudal age 10% faster. That's sweet. It's funny how 5% can be completely different, or can give you a completely different feeling for civilization. Okay, let's compare imp timings. Uh-oh, look at what I have in store for us. Commanderan, the new boiling oil. Crossbows will not cost gold anymore. He is still producing some. I think that's a mistake. He should have waited for the upgrade and only then start those crossbows. Now some traps, lovely stuff. And now he's queuing up crossbows. Doesn't even need that much on gold. And honestly, just putting 30 villagers on wood now and spam those crossbows. Isn't that bad if your opponent cannot get on the cavalier numbers. I'm hoping for a human mirror. We had that in the series before. Is LaaaaaN open at the north? Yes, he is, but not really that important because Fire doesn't really have the most mobile army here, as you can see. The fastest thing is actually a pikeman. Is 2v2 a competitive thing? Yes, it is. We actually had a big Microsoft league last year where we had a mix of 1v1, 2v2, 3v3 and 4v4. So 1v1 is the most played thing, but 2v2s are something as well. Now doing the nice clear up. It's 2 castles out here. Producing traps as they should. Compared to only 1 castle with traps. But for Fire we have chemistry being researched. The bombard cannons could be an option. How much gold does he have left here? Uh-oh. That's 1k gold left in this spot. And he doesn't even have halberdiers. That won't be too many traps or bombard cannons. And those are his other gold spots. I think he played this too passively. He needed a bigger army in Castle Age. He needed to control that area. And that's something he didn't go for. And honestly, halberdier upgrade, is that something that he needs? He's not facing anything. He needs bombard cannons so much more than halberdier upgrades. That's 2.5 bombard cannons. Make it 3 bombard cannons. That really should have been on the field instead of the halberdier upgrade. I think that's just a waste of stone. Trying to repair that castle. Couldn't even get the other trap out. And suddenly it's 4 traps, 5 traps to only 2. We have some repair behind this as well. And yeah, for everyone who wants to check armor again, 150. And 2-8. Are bombard cannons better than traps? They do less damage, but they are more mobile. So they can actually chew through traps, and crossbow can chew through halberdiers with only +2 defense. Yeah, we're still lacking chemistry on the other side. We also don't have ballistics yet, but that's not too important. Damage output is still here, and fire is behind by 30 population. Halberdiers, yeah, they won the fight here, but did they really win the war? I don't see it. Chemistry now finished as well. Everything is going to go down, and fire, he cannot be happy with this situation. He's facing basically 3 units at the moment. All the traps can just snipe down his traps behind this, and LaaaN is evening out this series here quite nicely. Bombard cannons behind this, still trying to make something happen, but now a close 40 population behind. Yeah, might even snag the castle here. What are those traps up to? A bit confusing to me. Those crossbows are indeed cleaning up, and now we just saw the beauty of the bombard cannons. Pop difference. Down to 30 only. Okay, sniped another bombard cannon, now goes back, and well, fire. He's completely out of gold now. Goes to the top, collecting some more wood. Extra gold spots are over here and here, so not collected either. I would be surprised if anyone picked up relics. Yeah, that's not really an option either. Bombard cannons now doing a good job of killing those traps here. But LaaaN finally can go on to bombard cannons as well. Hand cannoneers even added. I don't know what for. And LaaaN, he is just fine with holding this area. Dance with the bombard cannons. Hand cannoneers now from LaaaN as well. Interesting move. And the bombard cannon dance begins. Fire micro, indeed. Also some stone. LaaaN, I would love to see some more map control. Just a siege workshop, 2 barracks here. Control some more, maybe an outpost over that area, but fire realizes completely out of gold. I think he didn't play the map accordingly to how it was shaped. That area was so important. We needed more castle age aggression, and LaaaN did the perfect thing. He did build enough army, and once fire had enough, LaaaN had the castle up. Got the earlier imp timing and controlled everything. What a nice strategic play by LaaaN, without having the pawns even. But added the TCs over here a bit earlier. Fire's transition.
Salam.
A bit sloppy there. Maybe too many wasteful camels. Maybe pikemen could have been better. If you know that both players are completely walled, raiding units that kind of camels are... not really. But still, camels didn't really do the job in this game for him. 25 more kills, some more conversions here for Mr. LaaaN. Just showing through all those halberdiers in the end with his own crossbow. Something I'm surprised that I ever said that. That Persian crossbows actually kind of won the game there. LaaaN is on fire. Haha. 1-1. And now a home map for our Brazilian player. Will Hippobot come back? I don't see the benefit at the moment of Hippobot. Do you think there's any advantages from Hippobot over Nightbot? I see 2 advantages from Nightbot over Hippobot even. The name? Yeah, okay, I can see that. Guess next game Civs? You can. I had a reason to add it. Yeah, I understood it more. Okay, now some of you might know what civilization I have selected when it comes to the sound. We're looking at islands. What civilizations do you expect, guys? Hi. Hi. And?
Ja.
Bothoth.
Ho.
Buin.
Buin.
Ho.
Bathoth.
Ja.
Buin.
Bothoth. Ja.
Ore.
何
何いいよ。なんだいいよ。何なんだ俺
私
いいよ。なんだ
いいよ
Ho.
Ho. Bathoth.
Buin.
Ja.
Ho. Ja.
Buin.
Buin. Bothoth. Ho.
Bathoth.
Ja. Buin.
So there's Japanese against Vikings here. Fire picking Vikings. LAaaN is playing Japanese. Prostagma. Yeah, that didn't really happen. Teambauch waren die. Yeah. I expected 3 ranges on a neutral island. What? How come Italians aren't picked for water anymore? Good question. I don't know. We had Italians the other day. So you're probably having a selective view on this. I thought Fire would win 4-0. Oh, you would have been the first time maybe ever that you were the 1%. 4-0 for Fire is probably the most unlikely scenario, at least for me. Vikings are best on sea, right? Long distance sea, yes. Short distance sea, no. So if both are building their docks here, and we can fight basically one screen away from each other, then Vikings just die. If we are building our docks in the back here, and in the back here, or at the top here, then Vikings is just incredibly good. They don't have fire galley, and therefore cannot take the good 1v1 fights, but cheaper galleys themselves, so they can mess them a bit better. What is your guess about the score? I said LAaaN 4-2. How much chance do you give to FC longboat strategy? How much chance do you give to FC longboat strategy? By Fire! Under 1%. Fire without fire galley? Indeed. What's the spec delay for DE on LAaaN? Can we finally just 0 delay in DE? That's the dream. I don't know yet. Aren't Portuguese good on water as well? Probably a top 10 civilization. Yeah, yeah. Probably have Vikings being better, Japanese being better, Italians being better. Some people still make arguments for Malay, but I think then it might be Portuguese. Koreans now have not been figured out. Yeah. So we will see about that. Yeah. Is the Korean wood bonus thing on water maps? I say yes, but we don't really know yet. Indeed. Portuguese have the caravels, but that's only castle age unit and only makes sense in big fights that aren't spread around. I'm interested to see what LAaaN will have in store for us. It won't be a normal fire galley opening. It's either landing or a fast castle. We will see. Is this Fire's home map? Yes. We always pick the home map of the guy who just lost the game. And since Fire lost Cross, we will now see this one played out. It's quite surprising that actually the home map of LAaaN, he only went for a single dock there. Okay, now we have something that makes a lot of sense in store. It will be the transporter. Let's take a look. Where is the waypoint? At the frontier. So he might be landing in that direction. Obviously has very little intel how this looks. Sends 3 villagers and the scout with it. Could now add, for my liking, even another fishing ship. Indeed, landing. Keyword is militia unit. Normal ships are not. But keyword is military units. Normal ships are not. Okay. Nearly. Again. Remember, don't read every sentence out loud. Okay, 3 on gold now. Barracks now in the back. No fourth fishing ship. Wants to go for the instant landing. Maybe archer ranges. Something over here would be pretty weird. I'm looking forward for interesting civilizations to play. Berbers seem to have nice bonuses. Are the move speed on workers relevant? In Tower Wars, yes. Farmers work a bit better. But that's kind of it. Okay, berries and dock instantly spotted. So land tries to find another angle. But that's where fire is patrolling as well. And he's coming back. Does he see this? Let's take a look. He sees the scout. He sees the villager is instantly getting attacked. Was patrolling on aggressive stance and adds 2 galleys and 1 demo. Let's take a look what LAaaN has in store for us. Archery range now in the back. Yes, the fishing ships don't get the discount, but warships could, right? Ah, now I know what you mean. Military units get the wood discount. Uh-oh, house. Ui. Okay, fire sends 2 villagers and the scout here. What is the other reaction? Not too much. Okay, what are we seeing here? Fire galley could come over here. The scout sees the barracks quite late. Now the first archer out. What's the next step? Do we go for stable, blacksmith, or second archer range? I think there's value in all 3 of them. Probably the least in blacksmith. And we see a second archer range. Okay, I don't mind that. Keep up the aggression. Fire galley should stay active. What's the production here for fire? Only 2 galleys. He has 2 galleys and a demo out here. Now snacks the transporter for himself. Could make a Rex. Well, that's just super bad Pog Show, right? Why would he make a barracks? He's never facing scouts. Why is the spec UI so terrible? Maybe you ask Microsoft. I would be really happy to have an unsatisfied customer reporting to them. Uh-oh, fire is now making the go here. 3 archers, even as fletching at home. Interesting choice. So, skirmishers instantly getting focused down. Scout is going down as well with this one. 2 villagers were the only of the landing. That's an interesting repair on the villager. And skirmishers getting sniped. Those villagers are going down behind us as well. 4 archers are just doing too much damage. What did fire think he would achieve there? Oh man, didn't lose too much, but that was still some ways surely. Demo now connecting. Fire fishing ships not really interested that much here, and let's take a look what that fire galley can do against the galley here as well. And that was surely some Titanic. And those 2 archers, those 2 villagers are running into the archers as well. Uh-oh. That fight without fletching here really hurt him. We had LAaaN squeezing this through, or yeah, in the back there. Fire. Oh no, the fire galley actually attacking the dock. What is happening here? Okay, now he focuses on the fishing ship. Could maybe go for the galley and only then go for the fishing ship. Might have been the better option in my opinion. Now snacks some more villagers here. Loses some of the archers though. Some of them, or some of the villagers jumping into the tower. That is so ballsy here. Going for that stone. Tower completely walled. Trying to snack some more villagers. Laming those stragglers would not be allowed. You know the trick. You can click rebuild a palisade and that deletes the tree. That is forbidden by the rules of the tournament. Fire galley didn't get the damage done in the back that it wanted. Maybe shooting the deer could be a good option. That's some paranoid tower walling. Yeah, I think the palisade around it would have done an okay-ish job as well. But hey. 3 fishing ships for fire for now. Oh, make that actually 6. Snagging one villager at the front there. No defense upgrade on those skirmishers as of yet. And just microing around a bit. We'll easily snag that archer. We'll maybe even eat the skirmisher behind it. Will counts fish? Yes, it does. Oh, now the fire galley. Sneaky move here. I like that one. Why can you lame deer but not straggler trees? That's how people play it. Because it, like, allows some strategies, some counter strategies to not work. And it kills a lot of comeback potentials. The straggler tree laming. And yeah. I think it wouldn't be completely unreasonable to not allow deer laming either. And yeah, you can defend against straggler laming. You cannot defend against... You can defend against deer laming with killing the army, but you cannot defend against the straggler laming. That's a good argument actually. Yeah. Nice landing from fire. Yeah, I'd like that one as well. No answer to that for now. Land on the way to Castle Age. Could maybe go for some stragglers. That one might be the closest one. Quick stone walls behind this one. We'll lose one villager. Has to accept it for now. Some more in stone. Could build a pretty sweet tower behind this area. And now builds a watchtower at the frontier. Weird placement. Especially because that blocks him from building another lumber camp as well. Now he has 4 villagers on wood. Nice quick watch there. Might lose another villager. Yes, he will. How did you get that wood? Ah, here's the market. Okay, okay. Then it makes way more sense to build that tower. How many fishing ships do we have? I can see 9 now. I can only count 8. But there has to be a 9th one. What? Isn't it 44 and it says 35? Nili math? 8? 36? 45? Nearly math. Okay, problem now for Fire is that his 2 gold spots are blocked off. That's why he's sending some villagers over. Trying to go for a landing and trying to reclaim this stone as well. We're in the turning tree. Exclamation mark. Brackets will tell you. And also the top here. Semi-finals of the qualifiers to the main event. Skirmishers around. Those fire galley. Could be annoying. Do we maybe get an upgrade on that? I will go for that overlay. Oh, double bid-axe only now by fire. That's somewhat hurting. The knight. Let's take a look where he will find some damage. I don't mind the position of LaaaN at all here. LaaaN go to make dragon boats. In English they're called longboats. But yeah, fire should do them. Yeah, both players have to send their Rex. And then Robo just randomly chooses one of the 2 and sends me all the Rex plus some extra Rex potentially to make it always 7. So I'm not getting spoiled at all. Robo, the guy in the chat, the guy that does a lot of work behind the scenes for close to every tournament. At least every big tournament, let's call it that way. The damage that Halberdiers do to cavalry is crazy. I like how my chat really relates to the games. If LaaaN finds the gold miner at CG, he actually should somewhat know about it. Or at least should check it. Shouldn't be the biggest investment for him, right? Oh, that fire galley didn't get the kill in. Could have been a good option here. Defensive tower now helping out. Fire micros that one to the side. We could have some micro behind it as well. Goes for it. And now shoots the one in the center. More shots here. And Fire moves that one away quite nicely. Goes away. I thought he microed to kill it. Why did you micro to not kill it? That was a bit surprising to me. Okay, Mangonel now here should always get the better trade if you're the defender. But actually, that was the better shot. At least to begin with here for Mr. LaaaN. Villagers somewhat exposed at that area. Gold income still absolutely limited to that area. More war galleys actually being added. Going around here, trying to be annoying. Could maybe find some villagers here in the stone, but that's it. Mangonel's staying active. Not a lot of wood control at the moment for our player from Brazil. Fire's playing it way better than I expected. He's doing a lot of right steps here. Would have loved a third transporter. That could have made a lot of sense. And longboats instead of war galleys. But everything else seems okayish for now. Did have the unfortunate spot that both gold spots and both stone spots are all in that top direction. And that makes it so tricky to defend. Could have also landed here. Maybe try to get the 700 stone to get some defensive towers. It's not easy. Not easy. Is Brazil in Africa? Escape shut down after ECL. Yes, they did. Fires the highest win percentage in ladder in top 10. Okay. And you're trying to say what? You know that people don't really care, right? And he is a guy who plays pick civilization against people that playing random civilization. Obviously you have a higher win rate. And he, yeah, plays at like 1 GMT, where he won't face any strong Europeans and no Chinese players either. So he's farming a lot of noobs or weaker players. Could argue that 82% is even too low. Okay, TC now going down. What are the next steps? University in the back. Now finally goes for the stone, but did buy it instead of going for the stone island. And wants to go for the watchtower defense. Villagers now expanding to the top here, but that's not really safe for them either. How many units is he going for? Okay, some knights here now. Oh man. What is the best civ? Cuman 1, Celts 2, Franks 3. That's an order that doesn't work on any map. The best civ is something we can't really say. You have to say how many players against how many players and what map. Cumans is a strong civilization for sure. There are some maps where Celts could be considered number 1, and there are some maps where Franks could be considered number 1. But very rarely is there a map where they're in that order 1, 2, 3. So no TC now from Fire. Goes for more defensive towers. Didn't... How many Mangonels did he kill? Maybe 2 of those? Only 1. Celts seem very strong. Defense and offensive and all the bonuses at high value. They don't have the best horses. That's a problem. They don't have the last attack upgrade for their archers. So they have basically infantry and siege. And don't have the other 2 options that we see very often. They don't have the best late game water army. But yeah, they can be considered, I would say top 15 on Arabia. Maybe. Winchester picked them in this very tournament on Arabia. So they can't be that bad. Fire is dead. Well, he is ahead by 6 population. But a lot of that is dead population, obviously. Fire now trying to reclaim the water with some... No, LaaaN is trying to reclaim the water with fire ships. Let's take a look. That dock is not really working. And yeah, fire... just somehow trying to hold on. But once LaaaN sees that, that's going to be really tricky. Should now see some villagers. Should maybe see the skirmishers here as well. Just one mangonel behind here could obviously end all the dreams of fire getting wood over there. Fire has any chance in this game? It looks very unlikely. Water could be reclaimed now as well. And that was kind of the last advantage for fire. I like the sneaky moves here with the dock landing to go for more water. But honestly, that kind of showed, okay, I have a transporter and I might be in the center to go for more gold, although there's only 900 left. We have now some engagement here in the center. Lots of pikemen already went down against all the mangonels. Knights are trying to clear this one up. Nice ground attack there at the right hand side. Fire gets a good hit here in the back. Can he get some more monks out of faith to get any conversions? Fire now with his last strength trying to get something done, but even the one guard tower behind it is actually saving quite a bit. Monks then just need to jump into the TC and save themselves. Fire did a nice clear up, but that was just a stop of the push, not really a push back, and he knows that. Lost the water over here, and fire ships did enough. Would have been out of that gold pretty soon as well. GG. LaaaN with a landing. Fire with a weird move against that tower, but the big problem was simply stone, gold, gold, stone. And Fire's reaction wasn't great against the landing. He instantly spotted it. There's nothing better than going full water and instantly spotting the landing. You know you're ahead in eco. You know your plan of the enemy is destroyed. Just pull enough villagers and defend your gold and stone spots. And then you're super fine to play the long game. But he did allow archery ranges to go up. And then tried, after the tower was up, to fight this one down after even fletching for LaaaN. That was minutes too late. And, well, Vikings have been broken here by our Japanese player, Mr. LaaaN, who's now leading 2-1. We will have another home map of fire. And for people who want to see more water, Mediterranean could be a pretty good pick for fire. But that was banned by LaaaN. LaaaN with the better KD. Also destroyed way more buildings.
Hippo, NAC3.
Buxy for you won. Thanks. 3 months. LaaaN with a better castle age. Fire also 10-10 feudal. Then didn't add too many fishing ships. Also went for the early demo. Kind of a blind counter. I don't mind it too much, honestly. Whew. So, now the other options. As I said, Medi is banned. So, Land, Madness, and Valley. The other 2 maps for fire. When do we hear about the poker thing you were doing over the summer, by the way? Initially, it was planned to be aired in November, but they now delayed it to January. So, probably after NAC, I will cast some of that. Either on their official channel or on my channel.
Thanks for hosting NAC again. It's my favorite tournament, Nili, oh boy.
Nili, oh boy. Thanks, forehead, illegiggle. Thanks, my man. Okay. And we are jumping into Land Madness. And we will see a mirror match. So, maybe some more adjustments for the main event. We will see about that. Maybe they're just too stubborn on thinking that Franks is the best map here. Or the best civilizations. Yeah, we're starting with 2 berry bushes. Maybe we are just removing those. And then Franks aren't that strong anymore. It is tough to judge for me. Land Madness indeed. For everyone who's new to this map. We don't have, well, big gold spots or big stone spots. They're all clustered around the map in small tiles and also small berries. And then there's one specialty around this wood line. There's this icy area and you cannot build anything over there. So that means balling all your resources becomes extremely tricky. Just heard of Poker Tourney for the first time. Is it hosted by any big poker organization? Yes. I played a poker tournament in June in Vegas, and we did record everything. It's a new form of poker, and we will... Yeah, I'm not allowed to talk about it yet because it's a new format and I signed an NDA, obviously. But it was super fun. Way more than normal poker, in my opinion. And yeah, it will be aired within the next month. I love you. Make Tutor Nights great again, Vid, by the way. Thanks. It was a fun game. Frank Mirror. As you can see on those two symbols. But yeah, obviously tough to judge. Strip poker. So shall the early scout rush work out? That's what we have seen a lot, yeah. Scouts, spearmen, then knights, and sometimes people get the transition to axemen. Also monkas. You live off playing poker nearly professionally? I used to. Now I'm living off my mom. And back to strip poker again. Oh, who will win the series? There is a poll going on at the moment. We have 61% for LAN, at least when I'm seeing it. You obviously will have voted. That's 11 votes in total. Are you farming your mom? Didn't work out the poker? Worked out very well. I made a lot of money playing poker. Please plan to stream the apartment stream and prepare stream before NAC3 like you did for NAC1. What? Please plan to stream the apartment stream and prepare stream before NAC3 like you did for NAC1. What? Please plan to stream the apartment stream and prep stream before NAC3 like you did for NAC1. What? Say how much.
Okay.
How much?
Hey.
Second number campaign now for LAN. Looks like more than Pop 20 to me. Most of the time we see people playing Pop 20, but, well, another house indicating that we will go for Pop 21 or something. And here we have another house as well, so most likely Pop 21 out of both of them. I think he wants the room tour. Okay. Kia. Loom behind this most likely, and then we will click up. Pop 21 is what I was expecting. What's happening here? LAN is playing Pop 20 after all. Okay, then he just built an unnecessary house. Not the most important thing. Yeah, and room tour is absolutely planned. I even want to do something longer this time. A tour where, like, you see my normal apartment, and then the switch for how the setup is now. Or then. Do you give life coaching? Well, I never did. But I'm probably open for unpaid life coaching, yes. So if you have a special question, I might be able to answer. Know that I'm most likely not qualified to answer most questions, so that's just my random opinion. Do you do life coaching? If you mean poker, not anymore. Special question, how to win spring? I have no idea. If someone could tell me. That's like one of my dreams. Would there be a GoPro strapped to Vivi? No. Okay, so people have shown that they really like the deer pushing and only very late scouting. I can see the reasoning for it because, well, you don't really need to scout your opponent in a Frank Mirror. You kind of know what he's going for. And he gets most of the intel now anyways. And is not really getting punished for the late scouting. How to get into Team Secret? Well, lose a best of 31 against Spring. 16-5. That was the requirement. Win at least 4 maps, and I did. Okay, Fire trying to run around the TC here. Now could go for some more. Life coaching question. How young would you teach your son to play AoE poker? Poker, probably not before he is 10. Probably never AoE. Yeah. Probably never. Yeah. I think that's just like a thing that he should just come up with and really enjoy. Like, I'm introducing him to it, but I won't teach him. Okay, let me focus on the game and then we can ask some more questions. And that guy wants to reach 1,000 subs. Yeah, guys, you maybe confused teaching and introducing something. He doesn't want his son to be a pro AE player who lives on the edge with $500 a month. Hey, Liereyy! You know, rule number 1 of Smack Talk is you're not allowed to speak the truth. Villagers here, willing to build a farm now, and let's take a look. Spearman will get some solid hits off, 2 hits here, and 2 scouts now passing by. So far, probably not a single kill, unless those spearmen want to go super aggro and just lose their lives into the spearman, but that's not going to happen for now. LaaaaaN still leading in the series. Nine villagers on wood in the back here, and Liereyy, please win NAC3. I gave you 7% win percentage, Liereyy, today. Is that realistic, or you think it's higher or lower? Okay, first kill now. How did you get to 7? You were the player I forgot and I only had 7% left over. That would have been a good answer, right? Okay, so now this is the first real engagement here. Spearman actually attacking the villagers is the worst thing. Spearman should attack the scouts. Scouts should attack the villagers, and villagers should attack the spearman. And we see Fire now being pushed away from this angle. Spearman not really fighting too well. Now 5 against 5 spearmen. Scouts are running away. What is happening here? And he's not really defending his villagers. He's fighting spearman against spearman. Why is he running away with the scouts at the top? That makes 0 sense. As if there's not enough fighting going on here. Why do you think you need to counterattack? You had all the army of your opponent in your face. Losing villagers, losing spearmen here. What a weird decision. Fire loses 6 villagers, and he thinks those 4 spearmen would have, those 4 scouts would not have helped out in this fight, or what? This is so weird. Coward scouts indeed. Those looked like me in a group project. Hello guys, we are here. Oh, it's getting serious. Well, see ya. We are leaving, and yeah, then I'm fucking up the other thing I'm trying to do as well. Oh, 1 archer out. Actually, 1 archer is pretty fun here as well. Behind the wood line. Yeah, that 1 archer alone is really annoying. Also having fletching, because this is a typical answer. Fire 5 villagers behind now. This looks good for LaaaaaN. This looks really good for LaaaaaN. Archers still around here. Just mass spearmen and some archers. So sexy. Fire 200 food, 50 gold. On the other side, similar resources, but 6 villagers in the queue. Trying to snipe down the archer, but that won't happen. LaaaaaN not with the biggest score advantage. Addy Banks gifting a sub to Mr. Liereyy. so that he on the couch can spam some Nili or boys whenever I make a good pun. And he's so entertained. Makes a lot of sense. LaaaaaN keeps getting good engagements. Yeah, that's one of his strengths for sure. Scouts now running around. LaaaaaN can click up any second. Scouts actually moving in here. Let's take a look. That Archer might go down in the back. 12 HP for him. That was weird. How did that Scout even get in there? And on the other side, Fire is sitting at 200 food. So Castle Age timing will be completely different. Meanwhile, this counterattack here, he's running into Spearman. Will win this fight, but will it be significant enough? LaaaaaN is just taking this one. Can he wall around this? Uh-oh, this could be some losses. No, it won't. LaaaaaN on point here. And now just waits for 2 more Spearmen. Then ungarrisons. Woodline is completely safe behind this as well. And still stays active. 2 more archers around. This is looking so good for LaaaaaN. Don't get confused by the points. LaaaaaN is up to Castle Age. And has 4 more villagers. Fire behind this. Now tries to rush out a market. Maybe defensive tower at the woodline, but that means other woodline is exposed. And those 2 archers could maybe even be annoying. Can we still go through there? No, we can't. Okay. No, we can't. Whenever Nili makes a good pun. Never? Well, that's not true. My jokes are puntastic. No? No. Okay. Nili is the punisher. That's actually pretty good. Oh, villagers on stone here at the bottom. They have a pun schlein. Abo! Uh-oh, those spearmen might get some hits off. No, they won't. Okay, double stable behind this now. I think LaaaaaN should just be so good with this aggression. Let's take a look at the research tag. 60% more. Archers still active surrounding those farms. That Archer should just be on stand ground. Indeed, that's what's happening. Ay. Knights incoming and they will raid just everything here. Second stable now being rushed out by Fire, but honestly it's not looking too good for him. Spearman rush now at the front as well. Villagers here, not really too low. Stable, this delayed a bit, but not important because we're only producing if we are in Castle Age. And that was walled by LaaaaaN as well. Even having that villager saved at the top there, that bugged out a bit. Quite nice moves. Archers behind this. Look at the line of sight of LaaaaaN here. He controls everything. Is running around here, sees stuff over there, even tries to find expansions with extra gold. And now just moves in here, has +1/+1 on those. Gets the gold upgrade behind it and is now just easily chewing through those villagers. Fire will have endless amount of idols, as you can see, 36, 14 of them idle now. Some in the tower, some in the GC. This is not looking good for him. And LaaaaaN, he is hungry to go to the LaaaaaN finals. NAC3. Oh, LaaaaaN just played Japanese. Ooh. Yeah, maybe we can do some more with DauT. The old panda bear. Oh, that was a mistake though. Losing some villagers at the top, but still 11 villagers difference. Now expanded to that gold a bit more. That berry, those berries were left alone. And goes for some more monks. Tower is going down, no protection for that gold now. Fire, 33 villagers. Ay. It's not looking too pretty for him. Goes for the long distance mining here. That's not the ideal scenario for him. Yeah, double production of knights. Double production, or at least 1 production of monks behind this as well. Can you show score on the bottom right? I'm trying to switch to it from time to time. Just every time we reach a new age, it makes a lot of sense to show the tech board, to show how people are misplaying this. Goes for that conversion. Might actually be the worst choice because that was low HP. And indeed, he gets the conversion of a high HP one. And that's just so pretty for him, completely smashing that army. Military count 13 to 10 now, but that doesn't really matter because Why doesn't it really matter? How are we having 10 military? Oh, we have some useless over here as well. And some scouts that didn't join the party for quite some time as well. And more aggression. Fire needs to send villagers back into the TC again. Score is looking closer than the game actually is. And that was one of the concerns of the players. Of one player, TheViper, that this map is pretty bad for comebacks. And allows to snowball every single time. We'll see about that. Yeah, I gave DauT 1% win percentage. Or 1% win equity or something. Teach them bye-bye. Ah, Knights and bye-bye is enough. Look at that. Coming over here. In there over and over again. I think my Age of Empires crashed. But I can still give you... 3, 2, 1 score lead for Mr. LaaaaaN. G to the G, and indeed Age of Empires crashed, so we won't take a look at the statistics together, but you saw what happened. Fire, that one engagement where you felt, oh no, this is the engagement that could win the fight and win the game. Let's pull half my army away and just lose this fight. That's something that... What was it? I think fight for number 2. I saw TaToH doing that over and over again in the Hunts Wars. There was a lot of scouts and spearmen against scout and spearmen. And TaToH always pulled his cavalry back and lost the fights. Yeah, he still had his scouts, but that wasn't great. Why would you invite a player with less than 1% to your tournament? Lol, rigged. Are you trying to convince me to uninvite that player? Or what is happening here? Maybe I wanted to join Secret and felt, yeah, it's the only way to join them. Ever thought about that, maybe, DauT? For entertainment? Well, that wasn't the reason. Exclamation mark Vivi. Okay, what is the score? 3-1. So we will jump into game number 5. And reload the game again to get the names of all players as well. LaaaaaN now with 3 match points. Fire with his last home map on this one. And it will be another mirror matchup. Let's take a look at this one. It will be LaaaaaN playing Mongols in the blue trunks against Fire, and the red trunks also playing Mongols here on that song at the start. Hello. On Valley. Can you have a tournament with only 1 player, so you need to invite others with really low chances of winning? You can't have a tournament with only 1 players. Ah. Well. Your chance of joining Secret was less than 1%, so fair enough. Was it? At what point? At what point was it less than 1%? When Slam and Jordan were still both active. Probably then, yeah. There was like absolutely no need for me. Isn't live just a tournament with only 1 player? Kind of. And I'm playing live in hard mode. Just like Tinder. I got a bit lower than that after the best of 21 versus Spring. It was a best of 31 and it got lower. Lower than 1% or lower than what it was before? Before Secret joined in AoE Sports? Yeah, well then no one would have thought about it. Actually, that was the dream of ECL. That every of the 8 teams is actually being picked up by one of the big esports organizations. And they had to do nothing but give their names. And so many of them felt, well, we checked out some AM streams and there's so much cursing in there. And they said not a single team wanted to pick AM up. And then ECL decided against it. It got high after NAC invites. You always need to have perfect balance in your life. Okay. Perfect balance in my life. Okay. How much viewers expected NAC3? Well, my sister, my mom, and my dad said they will turn in. And since you ask, I assume you as well. So it's at least 5. But only for the finals, so let's see about that. No, but honest answer, everything below 12k would be disappointing. Everything like 15k is the goal and 20k is the dream. And with how viewer numbers are developing at the moment, if we don't have any technical issues with the game and we can just spectate them normally, I think 15k sounds realistic at the moment. Yeah, I would say so. Do you think AOE will ever be as big as StarCraft? Well, AOE is bigger than StarCraft in the English scene at the moment. Ask Liereyy to host you for 1 minute? I don't know him, so feels a bit weird. If you know him, I would appreciate if you sent him a message. 50k peak or average? Peak. Average will be something around 6, I assume. Would be awesome if those big streamers raid the streams during NAC3. That would absolutely be big, yeah. I think 20k is possible. Hidden Cup 2 had 17k before DE. Yeah, but that's a different channel. 15k sounds so much? Well, I think 20k will be beaten easily. Well, that's what they said for ECL finals as well. T90 is not streaming at that time. He might stream Saturday and Sunday. He's only joining us on Tuesday. But yeah, I think that will be the start. We will also have front page Saturday and Sunday. So I think we might even break 10k viewers on the first 2 days. Yeah. And T90 I think will only take 1k, 1.5k away from us. If we have a Kickstarter for viewbots, we can easily beat 2k as well. Yeah, that's exactly the way how we want to approach things. Okay, guys, let's maybe talk about the game. We have Fire opening with Man-at-Arms. On the other side, Vilis is playing a very late Loom after the Feudal Age here. So he did play Pop 19, went up 830, will win the Scout War therefore. Nice advantage for him, but now might get punished by this as well. I will answer a lot more of your questions after the next game. I don't want to miss this game because this is pretty intense now. So, stable now being built at the top. 300 food in the bank, so that's going to be a lot of scouts. Men-at-Arms are coming over here and we will see some quick walls. Towers now behind this and let's take a look what's going to happen. LaaaaaN could potentially see this, and yes, he does. Oh, deleting a villager instead of the palisade. How did that happen in such an important game? Now the other one is stuck there. What a fail, and as you can see, that is not even on the scoreboard here. We lost the one scout earlier. What a fail, and those villagers are trapping themselves as well. What are they doing now? Moving out on the other side. LaaaaaN with a horrible, horrible start. Could lose 2 villagers here to begin with. Another hit is needed, and he gets it done. Oh boy, LaaaaaN. He is so far behind in this one. Now pushed away from his berries. No real food income at the moment. He's not in the center. While Fire absolutely is. And yeah, he has 4 villagers on berries at the moment. Nothing else. This is looking so horrible for him. Oof. Ay, 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 ay. 4 on sheep. Now 2 farmers. Ay, 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 this is going to be ugly, ugly, ugly for LaaaaaN. And yeah, he's making a good effort to making it exciting as indeed. Won't even keep up villager production, honestly. What? Oh god, okay. So stuff is happening over here. He's getting pushed back here. This is the perfect start for Fire. Honestly, this game, if you could picture perfect 12 minutes for Fire playing against another 2.5k. This is probably one of the best things he could have ever wished for. Archers should actually block those. 3 scouts are coming over, but won't find a villager kill. Not on berries here, Mr. Fire. He only has 3 on that area. LAaaN is 2.5k? I think so, right? He surely broke 2.5k. When is finals tomorrow? Oh, dear Greg. Honestly, you asking. Some viewers, I'm expecting it, but a viewer expected more. Tomorrow, 18 GMT. Not walling that tower. Might bite him in the ass a bit later. If LAaaN is 2.5k, what is Viper? Viper reached 2.7k. Together with MBL. I think Vivi as well, right? I think those are the only 3 that ever reached 2.7k. I'm not cheering for someone only won 7 games. Well, this start is the best opening for that. 2 spearmen coming over. Can they revenge some hits here? Not really going to happen. I think he should split his spearmen a bit more. Now at least goes... Oh, what is that mill as well? Aye. I think Aaron never reached 2.7k. We can look that up later if you want to. After the series, I will do a long question and answer stream as well. And we can see about that. But for now, let's focus on this series because LAaaN started his skirm defense. Actually stayed with even numbers here. Now builds a defensive tower at a spot that I absolutely don't understand. 3 HP on that scout. Might lose his life, and indeed he will. 5 to 1 KD now, and that's the one scout. So after minute 8, we had 5 units killed and not a single one on the other side. Asking is easier than looking it up? No, it's not. It's down below the stream. And you chatting here takes longer for me and yourself than scrolling down. Unless you're on mobile, then you did everything right. That's the excuse I have to accept at the moment. Because I don't know how mobile works. And what did I say? Not wanting that tower might actually cost him in the long run. Tries to free his own gold. But that's only one skirmisher already losing quite some HP. That's archers around. And suddenly that's kind of the repeat of the island game. But only that LAaaN is not losing a single unit. And is going back. Maybe that villager, he's an ambitious one. Let's fight! I heard there's a party here. And now they heard that there's a party here. What is happening? Okay, thinking better of it. Yes, I'm on mobile. Oh. Okay, we had also some shenanigans going on over here. Not really know what happened. We have apparently another scout being added even. Still some infantry around. LAaaN actually 2 villages ahead behind this. I have no idea how. Fire. Idle villages. 8 idle villages for LAaaN at the moment. Where? How? Okay, building a house. Some building some mills here. That's the greedy play that he needs to do to come back into this map potentially. Did they reduce tower accuracy or something? That's what I've seen several times now. Yeah. How villagers walked under it and they didn't get any hits. Fire is wheelbarrow. I would be really surprised if he had wheelbarrow. That one will drop up food pretty quickly. Okay, now no wheelbarrow, exactly as we expected. I'm tired of millennials saying fire every 3 words. Oh, fire, fire, stop it please. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. That's a big army, man. 20 against 12 military. I think you wanted to make a joke. I'm sorry. Why color switched on the pull down menu on the upper left? I can blame it on DE if I wanted. Most important colors are all the red that you can see over here, all the red over here, and all the red that you can see here. I think that should be enough red for you. Towers are a lot weaker in feudal, but get closer to how they were in later ages. Okay, now another go here. Why did he never invest a villager into walling this one? also never got fletching. He has the blacksmith. What is happening here? And the tower is getting killed. One villager is going to go down. And, well, that's not the punish I wanted to see. Okay, fletching just flew in. I felt like fletching was on the way, but it wasn't. At least from what I saw. Might even snag a third villager. All of those are super low, but we have the big engagement over here. This is the more important one. The skirmishes could be sniped. Archer's doing a good job against the scouts and spearmen earlier. LAaaN actually getting onto reasonable military numbers, 13 to 20. Now getting pushed away from that wood. And if we only had this tower, then that would be out of the question. But wood. It didn't wood. Whenever I fail, I blame DE. That's why I've been blaming it even before it's released. Ah, okay. So you're a bit like Poland when they were asked who started World War II. They also blamed it on DE. I'm nodding. Bro. Okay, scouts. No upgrades on those. Only fletching so far. +1 defense now on the way. Wheelbarrow for LAaaN behind this. Lots of skirmishes. Scout +1 defense as well. And now we have the big move in here. Scout number 7 against 7. Archers and more infantry. Still men-at-arms from the very first fights on here. Those need to join the party. Focusing down the skirmishes in the back. Means the scouts are going down earlier. But if we have enough men-at-arms and spearmen behind this, that is enough. And Fire, he continues to be active. And honestly, a lesser player with LAaaN's defense might have struggled, but Fire, he keeps up the aggression. The only mistake I saw so far was not warding the tower. Now even going for the double micro move. Takes the big fight and is microing here at the right hand side. Look at that beautiful move. We're going into the normal zoom, and yeah, one archer is going to go down. But this is the big engagement that counts. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with Fire's approach here, snagging through all of those skirmishes. Archer numbers are still active, microing behind this as well. What a lovely move. Scouts staying active, +1 defense for those. No bloodlines, but that doesn't matter. Military count 17 to 4, microing away like a god, and LAaaN has to call it. Fire is taking another map here and avoiding defeat. He still wants to go into those finals and wants to fight off release. What a beautiful game here. Fire fighting for his NAC tournament life. What a perfect start for him. LAaaN with so many hiccups here, screwing up the quick walls. All that was going wrong, and deleting the villager, not scouting the tower in time, and some mistakes were made. But after that, we also have to say Fire just played it down super aggressively. So many right moves, and I really liked his approach. Stayed active. Another tower here, raided at that right hand side, and now made the big go through the side. Oh man, lovely play here. And 3-2 is now the score. LAaaN still with 2 match points, but 1 smashed down so far by our Brazilian, the fan favorite that so many people want to see at NAC. And do you know why? Do you know why I do my tournament, my home apartment tournament, not audio only? Because it's called NAC. Ow. Okay. Oh, we have a longer map in store for us and another mirror. It's going to be Arena now. Home map of Mr. LAaaN. Golden Pit might be his last map after this one. And yeah, for everyone who loves to see humans lose, I will have a good game for you, because humans will lose this game for sure. The question is, what human player is going to do it? LAaaN in the blue trunks human or Fire in the red trunks human? Living up to the German humor stereotype? Yes, I did. Deer in the back. Gold spot. Very neutral. Over here. Another. Where's the second neutral gold spot? Could someone tell me? Is there only one neutral gold? It's not that one. What? There's only one neutral gold generated. And we have one neutral stone? What is this? This is a kind of bugged version. It's not that it's really influencing the game though. Nili, did you have children? Your dad jokes are incredible. Thanks. Black humor is like food. Not everyone gets it. One of my favorites, yeah. Free gold behind LAaaN? No, it's one of his normal golds.
What?
So nothing too special there. Some deer pushing now at the side. Yeah.
Rogan?
Less than 3.
And brain. Heyo. Lots of people asking about you and some more information. But we will stay calm and just thank you for 11 months. Is it normal? It's a normal boring gold, not like the cool middle gold. But Nili, are you a Hamburg SV fan? No. What about? People asking if there's going to be capture age for NAC3. And I said there's no official information. You see a runaway trolley moving towards 5 tied up people lying on the main track. You are standing next to a lever that controls a switch. If you pull the lever, the trolley will be redirected onto a side track and the 5 people on the main track will be saved. However, there's a single person lying on the side track. Can we get some cool story, Bob, in the chat, please? Front page Saturday, Sunday at NAC. What does that mean and why does it increase viewer numbers? So, you know, if you go on Twitch TV and don't go for a channel directly, it recommends some channels for you. And that recommendation is partly based on what you watched before, but partly based on people that kind of try to reserve that spot. And I got the reservation for that spot for the Saturday and Sunday of the opening event. So 4th and 5th, and also for the 12th for the grand finals. And so there will be random people that don't know about the event at all, and they will just automatically get redirected. And that's worth probably, I would say, something between 1,000 till 2,500 viewers. Will Microsoft promote NAC on Mixer or is it Twitch only? It's Twitch only. I had some discussion with Mixer, but we couldn't find an agreement. I just typed T in the URL bar and selected the link to the channel I want to watch. Yeah, that's if you know what you want to watch. But for example, if none of your favorite 2 or 3 streamers are around, you might just see what Twitch has to offer in general. Or someone who is on Twitch for the very first time ever. Going to be interesting seeing what time... Oh, no, someone... Going to be interesting what time they play second TC. I haven't played with humans yet. Most of the time it's just pop 21 up, as you can see from both players over here. And then both of them just instantly build the extra TC. And go for the full boom. And then we will see something like pop 42 Castle Age. That's the normal approach we have seen so far. So, many mirror matches today. Are you concerned about that for the main event? Somewhat. I will talk to the players. Especially if Valley doesn't feel right. I don't mind Human mirror on Arena. I think it's not the best civilization. On Valley, it doesn't feel right, though. Okay, now allows the scout to get in here. Oh, that's actually 29 HP scout. Still doing quite a bit. Is Viper the only big streamer who primarily streams on Mixer? No. They're like... I think he's like the 20th biggest streamer on Mixer. Or maybe like there are 25, maybe even more streamers that are way bigger than him. Like way bigger than him. Is he going to change anything about humans? No. There's a balance patch next week coming that will change a lot about humans. I never seen that page, Twitch main page, but that is just me. I wonder how efficient the ad there. Does Twitch people provide any numbers regards its effectiveness? No, but we see the effect. For example, you know the ECL starting event? We had Twitch front page there for the first, I believe, 2 hours. And had 6K viewers, I believe. And after the front page, they dropped down to 4K. So it should be something, I would say, as I said earlier, 1K to 2.5K. Also, during the NAC peak, there was a huge increase. I still have the numbers, how many more views I had due to the front page, but not on this PC. If you ask me again in a week, I probably can give you numbers, or maybe actually we will find it after the stream. It's actually really interesting numbers. And we also had the front page when we had the NAC2 record and we broke the 10K. Why can step lances stack up so easily? Every unit can stack up so easily. I think you even said the same thing earlier today.
Yeah, right.
And I answered that, yeah, the same. Every unit can stack up that easily. The only difference is that they can attack while stacking up. And the Alt plus air, the Alt plus right click isn't the reason. Isn't front page like viewbot then? Like idle viewers? Absolutely not. No, no, no. You are absolutely mistaken. All units can stack up that easily? Yeah, I would say. Like, not all. Elephants don't stack up that easily. Archers stack up even more easily. Villagers don't stack that up that easily. But let's say knights have the same stacking chances as step lances. Is Caesar the Hump and El Dorado in the map pool again? I like those aggressive maps. Caesar the Hump? No. And El Dorado wasn't even in NAC2, I believe. So, yeah, didn't make it either. The full map pool is on AoE zone. Okay, now went for the full trap. That was a lot of work. Where's the Billy Hill soundtrack? Oh no, don't want the villager there. Okay. Oh, that is a bit like... I had a game on my first Windows PC where you are a spider and there's a snake and you always try to make the area a bit smaller. And the snake is always faster and you're trying to cut off small edges. And you get more points if you cut off bigger edges. That felt a bit like it. Okay, so now 48 against 46 villagers. We are clicking up here, being Mr. LaaaaaN. On the other side, Fire will click up any second as well. We'll build a market for his second building. That was the only limiting thing at the moment. Oh, even queues up another villager. Interesting choice. Where to find the NAC2 results? Best is to start on YouTube and just watch every single series of NAC2. Otherwise, on AoE Zone, everything is posted as well. Past tournaments, 2019. And also, if you don't want to get spoiled and watch it together with other people, on the 1st, 2nd and 3rd of January, we will do a rerun of the quarterfinals, semifinals, and the finals. So be hangover, chill back, and you can see about that. Do NAC participants sleep in your apartment between games? Yes, but during night they actually sleep at a hotel. Who won the last edition? I don't want to spoil it for the weekend, but yeah, it was TheViper. I know it's a shocker. I'm actually watching the rerun now. Okay. I will allow it. Double stable here from LAaaN. Fire. No units. He's going for Kipchaks. And that's actually the better unit. We've seen that before. Just a castle here. And you already have some generated walls on the sides. And yeah, those step lancers aren't doing anything. What are you going to do on December 31? You will go dance? I will probably stream. Will you psychoanalyze MBL like you did in NAC2? He's not going to be there. So, very unlikely. Will the rerun get new commentary or will it be the original video? I'm doing all the preparations here and that's why I felt this is a pretty good content. Why no MBL? He has school. Will rerun the Viper was salty because he lost to MBL, the interview? No. There won't be any loser interviews in NAC3. Why no terror? Do you remember the last time when... no. Okay. He isn't good enough. He was trying to play this qualifier, right? And he didn't make it. Okay, now some outpost rush here from Fire. What is happening? He has so little vision. Look at that, triple outpost. What will he see? He sees his scout, sees one defense upgrade, so he knows their opponents. His opponent is going for something, but not too many step lancers, honestly. Will just be to pick up some relics, so most likely there will be 5 relics and now some Kipchaks. We have Botkin. No bloodlines, no husbandry so far. At least that's what I'm thinking, because we don't even have a stable. How important is mirror relics in this mirror? I don't know. I think average. Yeah. Yeah. MBL is busy building a proper career. Chat is really funny today. This matchup looks like the number of lances is the only thing that counts. Yeah, disagree. What are relics for? I'm new to this game, sorry. So, basically, those units, those white thingies here on the map, can only be collected by monks, and then they can carry those back to a monastery. And once they're in a monastery, as you can see, we already have one here, they generate 30 gold per minute for you. And since in 1v1s you run out of gold eventually, they are the only source of gold generation at some point. Also, because we're starting with stone walls on this map, as you can see here, games tend to go a bit longer and therefore relics become a bit more important on this map. University now by LAaaN? Huh. Nili teaching. Indeed. I think I could do this for a living.
Rogan?
Anonymous gifting a sub to the new one. Thank you so much, Anonymous. Could also show yourself, but thank you either way. You forgot about some Civ advantages regarding relics. It's getting really complex then. You can't, like, if someone has a basic question, telling him everything about that topic is not really useful. Give Lithuanian step lancers so they get 19 damage step lancers. Isn't it 12 plus 4 already? So it should be 21, right? I think elite step lancers have 12. Normal step lancers have 19, yeah. How do halberdiers fare against step lancers? Gold efficiently, but not pop efficiently. If you want to watch the the fire game in the earlier round, then we had full step lancer of pike against full halberdier of fire. That will answer your question very well. Okay, fire now going up to Imperial Age. Meanwhile, we have LAaaN at 600 food. Now goes back. Tries to go for one conversion here. Step Lancer could go back, instantly getting punished here. And they're really stabbing him. Oof. The problem is now with kip checks, if you get Imp without Bracer, that's a crucial upgrade missing for you. The game with that weird GG? Indeed. Oh, goddy. It was game number 5 on Golden Pit. So 2 relics still not picked up. Fire doesn't know about the left-hand side one. And LAaaN knows about both of them. Will very likely get that one. Now goes for the stable. And not any kip checks. Huh. How do kip checks fare against Lancers? We will find out this game. Fire up to him. Instant chemistry. And he will start to micro a lot here. Plus 2 defense on those now. Mass amount of step lancers. Is halberdiers maybe an option in front of those? I'm not even sure if humans have halberdiers. Oh, what a miss! Nice micro there. Uh-oh, this could be a bad move if he wants to retreat over at the right-hand side. But he goes and retreats left-hand side. LAaaN might get the perfect surround here. No, he's getting out-microed a bit. Okay, lead kip checks now. On the way as well. Snacking those step lancers in a 30v2 fight. 0 frame delay. Yeah. There's a lot of discussion about that. Relic count. Actually 2 for fire. And only 1 for LAaaN. That's pretty damn good for fire. Now attacking that house. Still no imp for our step lancer player. Seems like 7th game incoming. That would be lovely for sure. How much piercing defense does a step lancer have, by the way? I think 1. Now gets a lot of scouting over here. Sees mass amount of stables. But staying on kip checks here apparently is the way to go. Fires now has a stable. I think that should be with Bloodlines, right? 50 plus 20 feels... yeah, way more plausible than 70 plus 20. Phew, didn't TaToH get shanked by Viper in exactly this type of game? It's very, very different. But, yeah. Phew. What if happens if one player chooses Mirror and end up with a shift that already used in the same match? You can't choose Mirror. You have to pick a civilization. Okay, now some traps. I still feel like something in front to buffer with the kip checks could be an option. Lead step lancers out now. Is Definitive Edition worth to buy it? Well, you can judge it. Obviously, we are a group of hardcore fans that will always say yes to you. $50 military now for LAaaN, 40 for fire. Tough to really see how this game is going to go. 4th castle. No, oh, 3rd castle only. That was university at the site. First trap out now. Does fire have bloodlines yet? I think so. With 70 HP on those. Only really worth it if you have 4K setup. Heavily disagreed. Okay, microing those away quite nicely now. Kip checks against those step lancers. Who's going to win? First attack upgrades now for fire as well. Who behind this? Tech for step lancers as well. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. I didn't see that happening. Now deletes the gate here. Wants to get out and micro a bit better. Fire would be happy. I'm a bit disappointed that he's not going for all the micro here. What is happening? Does he really want to take this fight under 2 castles? That feels so weird. Why is that the timing he's going for? I have no idea if he's winning or not, but it just feels like he could have gotten so much better timings. Oh boy, LaaaaaN is moving in here and he's losing a lot under those castles. Now finally he can close down the distance against those kip checks, but honestly, that was so bad. No traps shooting behind this. 3 traps completely idle. Why are you doing this? This was the perfect time for Fire. He had the perfect army to get against this, and now he can micro. Was LaaaaaN pop limit or what happened there? I don't really know. The traps not attacking. If they were at the same time, I could have seen the reason. Most of them now getting sniped down. I would have loved to see maybe some more openings. Kip checks firing away. Some monks behind this. Maybe could go for it. Misclick. No, it was no misclick at all. He consciously decided to go for that fight. Castle is going to go down. 1 villager repairing here. No idea why he's wasting that stone. +2 attack now for Fire on the way. +4 attack for LaaaaaN. He didn't even attack with all upgrades. And now the next attack around the corner. Building another castle. I think it at a very bad spot. That's pretty much undefendable. Don't like that at all. Just open your front, man. What is he doing with his kip checks? You should always move in, move out, move in, move out, and use mobility. Now we are seeing the second biggest fight of the game. Fire, he has 15 more military. That should be better for him. I think the kip checks in the back are doing an okay-ish damage. Obviously, the army of LaaaaaN on the front is winning, but left-hand side actually looking a bit better for Fire now even, and he is doing a lot behind this. That was such a bad engagement. Fire fighting. Give me some Nili energy for Fire in the chat. He's winning this one. 25 population head now. Yeah, he lost 2 castles, but he still got 2 at the side. Suddenly 40 military head. What are we witnessing? We can give you the score as well. It's 2.5k advantage for Fire. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Just need some traps now. Also remember, he's ahead by, I believe, 1 relic behind this. Yes. How was the KD in this one? DE overlay doesn't even offer this one. Oh, wait. Well, 123 against 64 in a mirror matchup. When do we ever see stats like those? Whew. Kind of never. But he's down by 1 gold pile. Only the neutral one here. So, yeah, he's down by 1.2k at the moment. Where are the traps? It's full step lancer still. Fire straps finally getting 2 out. Population suddenly got even again. Military still way better for Fire. He has 20 less villagers. That is really helping him in those big fights. Is he not lacking the last defense upgrade? I think he is. Now has all his upgrades on the step lancers as well. Killing the trap should be an easy task for him. Over 60 step lancers now. Look at that. Even deleting the scouts. Deleting the scouts so that he can get more step lancers. Interesting moves here. Fire, 99 villagers. Did he even delete some? Fire just delete some villagers. Look at that eco behind. Pretty sweet as well. Now moves in here. Still, in my opinion, not using the kip checks to its full potential. Should have been way more hit and run to dwindle down those numbers. 101 military. What a beautiful play by Fire. He is ready to take this fight, and I think he will win it again. Needs to micro back with the skip checks a bit here at the side. Takes a reasonable engagement. Trap should go back. That's indeed what's happening. And I think he's clearing up the right hand side, but the kip checks behind are still doing the damage. That is just to buy some time so that the kip checks at the right hand side are intercepting everything, and they are doing a good job. Left hand side fight is even slowly won by LaaaaaN. Kip checks now needs to go back, but there still might be a better fight if he keeps up his numbers. Regroup regrouping now with the step lancers. Now hit and run, hit and run. That's how this unit works. What are you doing, Fire? Okay, he's somewhat doing this now. Gets another castle up, finally gets back onto his gold and keeps up his great KD here. 200 against 130. And honestly, if we see stuff like this, I don't even mind mirrors. The problem is, will people go for step lancers in the future? Will they maybe mix in some skirmishes? I think that would be a really bad decision. Fire. Whew. Rally count still 3-2 in favor of Fire. Gold now at the side could be taken. Next traps here, and LaaaaaN. How can he ever take favorable engagements? Castle still without any range. Step lancers. Let's take a look what's happening here. Taking the fight. Some step lancers at the top as well. Now Fire could take this one. 98 military to 64. LaaaaaN could maybe even consider deleting some villagers here. 10 on gold, 25 on wood, still 11 on stone at this late point in the game. Stone that he really doesn't need. 1.5k in the bank. Maybe selling that might even be an option for him. Why not add archers by LaaaaaN? Oh, well, you don't have bracer, so they're really bad. Whew. Now another engagement. Kip checks finally being played how they should be. Fire. 3.5k score advantage. Villagers moving forward probably to get the gold. No side attacks happening, guys. This is arena. This is full attack through the center. And we had more villagers being killed here. That is not with a shift click even. So many tight patrols. 3 traps. Now moving forward, LaaaaaN could maybe ungarrisoning his own traps, trying to take the fight. He's now up to 77 step lancers as well, not using his traps. Wood count. Farms looking pretty solid. No engagement happening in the center. Castle falls. And with that, are we population blocked? Not even that. 200 out of 200. Look at that beautiful animation. Step lancer count 84 now for LaaaaaN. Maybe with some traps it's only 80. We'll never know. Military, it's 6 minus. So 83 step lancers now. Can he find the engagement he's looking for? Fire, how many kip checks does he have? He has, oh god, both not listed here. So random amount of kip checks, random amount of step lancers. 48 and 52 maybe. Some army randomly bugging out in the back here. Look at that queue behind this. Look at this queue. And this amount of step lancers. Kip checks. Now goes for hoardings. Traps trying to find another angle. Holy guacamole. On the other side, and this amount of step lancers queued up as well. During the fight, they will have like 20 new units streaming in. Some kills here. Should really make sure to send most of his army back, because that is a trigger for the big fight here. Step lancers now fighting into this one. I can't really tell you who's winning this one. I'm just seeing that kip checks in the back are still doing good damage. Fighting down the traps isn't really the most important thing. It feels like the front line is falling here for Fire, but reinforcement is what we said is coming in here. But actually from both players, kip checks now need to micro back. We have more step lancers from the left hand side being reinforced, and Fire is doing a good job of trading off step lancers, but never losing his kip check numbers. And that's why he can take engagement after engagement so well, because LaaaaaN cannot really break him. Whew. And now he goes forward again. Get one to snipe, go back again. That's how he should play it. Look at that, how annoying that is, even killing the monastery. So at the moment it's 3-0. To none. What a beautiful, beautiful game. 140 military to 70. Step Lancer, I have no idea why they are moving in here. Now going back, eating 1 conversion. Still, I think it's not being played to perfection here by Fire with his kip checks. I think he can even play it a bit better. Look at how many arrows are in the air here. Some quick gates, not really happening. Fire, you had your villager here. Could have just built the gate a bit further back. On Step Lancer, should be able to deal with that. Could also start a conversion, not the most important thing. All 3 traps went down. LaaaN, he wants to hold on to this. Obviously, if LaaaN wins this one, he is in the finals. Guaranteed $300 and playing to get a share of the 40k prize pool. That monk, well, let's call him ambitious. LaaaN, 80 stone. Did he sell all his stone? Don't really know. He doesn't have any income at the moment when it comes to gold. As you can see, completely stuck at 250. That's why he's going for so many hussars. Meaning he should get just shreked in every single fight. 1 hussar in the back. Where did the Step Lancer go? Don't tell me he lost the fight. Kip checks. Just debating. Nili, when does the balance patch come in? Next week. Okay, another ambitious monk here as well. It's really trying to take this engagement. Would mean 1-2 hussars would be focused down on that monk. Goes back behind the lines. Kip checks are doing an okayish job. Trying to avoid the fight. Step Lancers are now getting the surround though. Hussars thinking better of it and are going back. The monk is debating himself away from that as well. Still open over here. No, it is walled by now. Maybe trying to debate something. Gate is locked. 600 HP on that one. Because humans, why not? More HP on the palisade gates. Now the monk gets something. Should not be allowed by Fire. If there's no pressure, Kip checks. Moving in, moving out is the way to go. Step Lancers now moving forward. Rams being added, but those aren't great against either Step Lancers or Kip checks here. Hussars now really dying at the front. More gold for Fire. He is stuck at his 100 or stuck. I don't want to say stuck. He still keeps up the great numbers of his military at 120. Slowly getting some gold here, not the most important thing. Mined out the neutral gold there, so they shared that quite equally. Fire sneaking the relic, did he? Oh, he did! That sneaky sneaker monk! It will be 4 against 1 relics, and now we might see the final engagement. LaaaN should know. Okay, 4 against 1 relic, that's not going to work. I have endless amount of hussars behind this. Let's see if that is the final engagement here. The last stance of LaaaN. This is the fight that should be won still by Fire. I don't really see how Fire can lose this one. So many hussars now dropping heavily in population. Military is double, and all the Kip checks completely untouched behind this. Hussars are just diving in to die. And that is the GG here. What a beautiful play by Fire. And I always said, I feel Kip checks are winning this one. And we have game number 7 on our hands here. What are we witnessing? And yeah, if they listened to me, they would have gotten game number 7. Or they would have gotten into Arabia and could have replayed it. But at the very start, LaaaN said, yeah, let's just give the win to Fire. Wow, what a great, great series, guys. Everyone who leaves now is not a clever person. And we can take a look at the statistics together here. Human Mirror, beautiful game. I agree. Way better KD for Fire. Had his Kip checks behind his lines. Food was way better for LaaaN, but that didn't matter at all. Just wasted / invested so many of his hussars and Step Lancers over and over again. As you can see, big battles over and over again here. Whew. 999 viewers. I have 1,000 here. Exactly 1,000. And other semi played already. Yeah, you can see the result there. Finals tomorrow, 18 GMT. Let's jump into game number 7. It will be played on one of my favorite maps. It will be played on Golden Hill, and we will have a non-mirror matchup. Exclamation mark Vivi. Who wants to know more about Vivi? Let's jump into the action. Golden Pit. And we will have Aztecs for LAN against Mayans for Fire. Do you think Fire deliberately didn't add more villagers or deleted some? Looked like the ability to make 20-30 extra military really made the difference? I think he deleted them on purpose, yeah. What's your opinion on Mamelukes? Should they be buffed? Well, they did get buffed with the last Rise of Raja patch, right? I think 581. Yeah. Don't mix up Golden Pit and Golden Hill. Yeah, also really like Golden Hill. Especially in team games. Especially in team games. Why no Nikov at NAC3? Yeah, didn't have time. Since you know that humans will be picked, can you counterpick them like Gotham into Mayans? Yes, that's what we saw several times. Malay beating humans and Aztecs beating humans is what we saw early on in Arena. Saracens should counter step lances pretty well. I mean, Mamelukes? No, they don't. Yeah, but I feel that they are still too expensive to get Shrek by harps and skirms. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having Mamelukes a bit stronger. Whew. Game number 7 hype. Maybe you use Nili Energy and spam the player you want to see go into the finals. Nili Energy LAN or Nili Energy Fire. I personally want to see some new names here, and we'll write Nili Energy LAN. And you will do the same depending on who you want to see. Oh god, I screwed it up. Nili Energy. Yeah, well, you will do a better job than me in that one. Nearly fail. Nearly fail. What Civ do you prefer here? I think it's very even. Probably slightly Mayans, but I honestly think it's a very close matchup. Okay, some LAN, some for Fire. Some more for Fire now flying in. Game number 7 hype against Mr. Belize tomorrow. Nearly fails, a sign that LAN also will fail. Perhaps. Do you think the devs should add a pig archer unit that tastes delicious? No, but great idea. Is the final best of 7? Final is going to be best of 9. Obviously, it's basically one series for, I would say, a value of like $3,000. So if it didn't sound outrageous, I would even let them do 3 best of 7s or something. But we won't have the time for that. I think Mayans are really getting generally better than Aztec, but I think Aztec with a particular matchup. Okay. LAN, do it for Spain. Yeah, he could also do it for some AoE zone justice. Which playstyle fits better to Belize? I think Belize and Fire would get into longer games. Huh. I don't think it's the big difference. Will the players tomorrow put 9 games in the record to not spoil? The guy who collects the records will always send me the full games, yeah. So today I got 7 games every single time, and tomorrow I will get 9 games, no matter the outcome. AKA Robo, indeed. Some wards behind here. Fire didn't scout that area. has to feel pretty safe with what happened here. Super good gold. And honestly, with this map, what? Your Mayans with this map and going Drush or Man-at-Arms? You're going Man-at-Arms? Isn't that the perfect fast castle map, guys? Stone behind the walls, perfect defensive gold, perfect defensive wood. I think this is a big mistake. I think this is a big mistake by Fire here. I think he could have used this map even more. On the other side, LAaaN. He is playing Pop 23 with 4 Men-at-Arms. So, well, he won't really punish too much. Might just play it super defensively and try to play with lateral skirms if we get into the late Plumed Archer scenario. We already saw a beautiful DauT against Release game today, where we saw a lot of lateral skirms against Plumed Archers. Maybe we'll see another one to finish off this beautiful night. Just FC without army seems a bit risky. No. With this map, absolutely disagree. Just play Drush FC. Nothing can happen. If you see him going forward, change your plan, build defensive towers, be ahead. If he plays defensively, go for Plumed Archers, you're ahead. What is the map called? Golden Pit. Men-at-Arms now crossing the Militia. Upgrade for Men-at-Arms not on the way so far. A bit surprising to me. Fire even adding 2 more Militia. Now that's surprising. So 3 Men-at-Arms at the front. What is Fire doing? Just camping in the center. We'll wait for 5 Men-at-Arms or 5 Militia and then take the fight. Eagle is coming over as well. Lost a lot of HP there. Which Eagle wins? 100 HP plus or 4 attack? The Mayan Eagle with 100 HP is better. Just think about it. A unit that increases in value by 66%. And the other unit increases from 13 to 17 attack. Is the pit in vision permanently? No. I know it's better for content, but is there another reason for finals always being so long in AoE, like best of 9, sometimes more? I think personally get more hype with shorter series. Well, map generation is pretty much unfair, and we want to see different civilizations. I think if we just do a best of 3, viewer numbers could never really get there, right? The best of 3... the series could be over in 35 minutes. So it's really tricky to create hype there. Why is he turtling with Stonewalls? He wants to go into Plumed Archers. I thought his map was good enough for that. And I don't think that he needs to invest 5 villagers into walling now. Is he really expecting any aggression? That's a bit overprotective, a bit scared. Yeah, if we go for best of 3, we kind of have to go for 2 restarts per player even. So that you have super unfair maps avoided. And you're one of the first ones to ever ask / complain. And I think there has been one single series in the history that was longer than best of 9 in Age of Empires. In a tournament final. And that was NAC2 finals best of 13. Calm before the storm. Both players will go up to Castle Age at a reasonable time. We will see Plumed Archers out of fire. The question is who will get the center control a bit more. Problem is that even with restarts, players might not notice if the map is fair or not, only if the map is crap. That's true. What would think about implementing fixed maps like SC2 tournament games in Area 2. Yeah, we already had this discussion yesterday, so I will keep it short. A lot of people had the idea, worked around it, and it completely destroyed the feel for Age of Empires. Did LAN use Mayans yet? I don't think so. No. Is there a way to choose the map seeds so that you can filter maps out? That's actually the idea they had for ECL finals. To just generate Arabia 1v1 100 times and pick the most fair 20 out of those. And then have a map pack only with those 20 Arabia generations, and yeah, obviously not known to the players. I think the idea isn't too bad, but obviously makes a lot, is a lot of work. Okay, so now up to Castle Age is Mr. Fire here. On the other side, a bit earlier, LAaaN, who tried to sneak out with a villager, was spotted though, and now goes out with some eagles and some archers going back. What about using the new game mode, like show game DauT vs TaToH, but as tournaments? Yeah, I will probably do something like that. Generate 10,000 maps and pick the best 20. Yeah, funny. I think random map is a big factor of Age of Empires and has a lot of feel to it. Okay, 170 stones, so LAAN's boom won't be the greatest thing ever behind this. +1 defense on the eagles so far, queues up 2 more eagles, so LAAN is going for some aggression. Not a second, oh, he is going for another villager. So LAAN actually going for the siege workshop? How is this even happening? Siege workshop and eagle aggression against fire. We should just be able to build a defensive castle any second now. This will do nothing. I think LAAN's aggression is completely ahead against the wall. Ooh. That siege is doing, like, okay, he's blocking the gold in the long run. He's kind of cornering his opponent. Now sees the castle. That shouldn't be a surprise to him. Okay, he goes for the gold in the center. That's kind of securing it for himself. Did he add another TC in the back? No, he did not. Where did the other 50 stone went? Ah, yeah, okay, okay. To wall this one in the center. Okay, gate over here now. LAAN should wall him in. Yeah, that's not possible. How should you wall this area and this area? The castle is too far to the front. Nice idea. A good meme strat, but not viable in this game. Mangonel tries to be annoying. Won't really happen. Plumed archers now queued up. We already have Botkin, +1 defense and ballistic on the way. More eagles, more mangonels. Trying to find another angle. Defensive siege workshop by Fire, who is playing this with 1 TC. So maybe LAAN wants to play the big gold control game. Seems a bit like it. LAAN now goes onto stone. So either thinks about aggressive castle and trap aggression, or he thinks about an extra TC, but that would surprise me why he goes on stone with 5 villagers then. Now it's a micro here. Plumed archers obviously winning every single fight against that. More eagles queued up, but those aren't really winning too much. Eagle warriors just waiting to jump in here as well. Now a scorpion and 2 mangonels. They can easily win every fight. If Fire is not watching. Now running under the TC. Those eagles won't find the kills. Why don't you call it? Why do you call him LaaaN if he identifies as antagonist? Because LaaaN is his most known nick. And people will always ask, who is antagonist if I only call him antagonist. And if I call him LaaaN, people know who he is. Plumes do extra damage against eagles, right? Yes. Castle Age plumes 1 extra damage, elite plumes +2. Do you know in advance who won the series? No, otherwise I would not cast the series. LaaaN is Ralber, that's wrong. He said we both save one. You never mind, play without sound, he said. Okay, this is just a drop, guys. No worries. And they restored the game. Don't get too crazy. And we got game number 8. We knew that we had a drop, so no worries. And we are back into it. LaaaN will get blue. And yeah, a bit weird of a civilization bug here that it did show Britons for a second, but yeah, we're obviously still playing Aztecs against Mayans. And it was no DE drop. LaaaN had some sound issues there, as you could read. Just let's directly jump into the action here. This has been a cool series, I absolutely agree. Wheelbarrow now for our player that is even ahead by 11 villagers. So the aggression with mangonels continues. And an outpost here. Those villagers are really exposed though. And no way to save those. I'm a bit surprised that he even has those villagers that exposed out here. There's no reason to have them here. In the center could absolutely have been fine. Next aggression, Mangonel Dance is not going to be too efficient. Still 2 archers out. Restore, it appears that one player is Britons. Yeah, no worries. People know, people watch the game. So they will be fine with this. Oof. Oh, don't. Oh, I thought for a small second you could go in there. But no. Snacking 2 villagers. Still very efficient there with the plumes. Eagle splitting away, and well, Fire is doing a good job of keeping his army alive, being annoying, but honestly there was no real aggression against him. He was super safe and completely neglected to go for another castle. He will play 1 TC Imp, as you can see with his resources, and Bracer is going to be very deadly, while LaaaN with an extra 11 villagers is not looking too shabby either. He will have a similar imp timing. And then the question is where we'll build the castle. Do we want to build it uphill to have the trap war over here? Something over here could be an option. Or maybe downhill to protect the gold. I think uphill and some pressure would be a bit better. LaaaN, slightly better score. But those eagles are getting microed down. Imp timings now 18% to 12%, so small advantage for LaaaN. And he builds the castle defensively, so that will be uphill. Plumed archers not eating the big shot here. Whew. LaaaN was leading 3-1 in this series. Does not know that villagers are moving out at the top. That might be the second castle at the top here. Fire has enough stone. He is up to Imperial Age. The question is, what will we see? Eagles? Will we maybe see a switch into skirms? Doesn't really look like it. Oh, what? 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 What is this castle? It might be even unscouted. It might be unscouted. He has no idea that this is happening. All the army at the front. And that is blocking so much. But that also leaves the castle so exposed for a trap war. Ramgo is absolutely unstoppable. What is Fire trying to achieve? Why isn't he building the castle over here to reclaim his gold over here and then go for the center? This is so weird. LaaaN, now he sees the castle and he must be scratching his head like, what is happening here? He can just build a defensive castle and trap this down so easily. Fire can never contest this. Now some stone walls behind. Eagles are coming over. Can never stop this castle. The castle is going to go up. But still such a weird placement. Oh, now up to him. We instantly see the Eagle Warrior upgrade. Most important upgrade for now. Maybe +4 defense with this one as well. Maybe he just did it to secure the gold. Another defensive TC in the center. Where are the traps? We just reached Imperial Age for both players. First trap is now coming out. Where is he going? The one at the front actually makes a lot of sense as well. Because if he breaks this one, he can just kill the whole eco in the back. There's no way of holding this. I think Mangonauts now should go for a lot of surround everywhere. Block the woodlines. Actually, Eagles could move in. Plumed Archers. They desperately need Bracer. The trap now over here attacking the... What is he attacking? Is he trying to break through here? That might actually be still open. Plumed Archers might go in. Eagle Warriors getting +4. 60% there. Then he feels like he can probably take an engagement. Still no chemistry. Could add another damage there. Trap attacking the left-hand side now. But that's good enough. Gold income, very minimal. Also remember that wasn't the full gold earlier on. Fire is open on the top. Yeah, that's something that LAaaN won't know. Plumed Archers getting some snacks here. And now we have the big engagement. Plumed Archers are going to go back. Traps can easily get sniped. And that's what we are seeing. LAaaN is just going for those. Plumed Archers are trying to micro their heart out. But Eagles are just chewing away on those +4 defense. 10 attack into those Plumed Archers. Only 1 armor upgrade and getting completely surrounded. They are taking not the engagement that we're hoping for. And the traps are going down. Yeah, beautiful engagement. Mining camp actually working against LAaaN now. Look at how those started stepping. Eagles are not taking proper engagements. LAaaN, why are you not deleting your own mining camp? That is your own mining camp, my man. Trap attacking at the front. Fire cannot really hold this one. And Fire, oh god, he took the better engagement than I thought. Oh boy, oh boy. This could have been better for LAaaN. He could have taken those Plumed Archers into the death as well. Still massive amount of villagers on gold. Eagle Warriors are now coming back. Mangonauts controlling this one. Plumed Archer production basically only out of 1 castle. What is this of a great game number 7? Breaking this now. 4 Plumed Archers can be so annoying behind this as well. Villagers slightly better for Mr. LAaaN. In extra TC on the outside here. LAaaN is going for the attack again. What a great game number 7. So much on the line. I would be shaking in this game. Luckily, I'm not playing this game. That would be too much for me. Still, no chemistry. Only 1 defense upgrade. Those 4 Plumed Archers. Just send in some Eagles and you will be fine. He's even sending way too many for my taste. Those Eagles, maybe they can find 1-2 villager kills. Not a lot more villagers are coming over there. No, way too much damage output with all those plumes. Uh-oh, Plumed Archers did want to go out. That's not going to happen. Gate is now broken and there's no answer. Yes, there's still some plumes behind this. Okay, some more houses. I don't mind that. But the 2 traps, they should always do enough to break this. Now we go in the center here and Fire realizes I don't have control over the gold. GG, good luck next. What a great game, number 7. And we have another drop of my HD. So, well, rip that. No statistics for us, but we know the game is over. And what a great, great game, number 7 here to finish all this off. LAaaN is taking it 4-3 with the Aztecs pick against Mayans. Fire! What was that castle? Fire, why no fast castle in general? You had such a good map. Went for so many men-at-arms there. He was so safe. That's why you go for Mayans. To get to the plumes. That didn't happen there. Then the engagements. Mayans is an army that works protected under castles. Plumed Archers go forward, snipe an eagle, go back, snipe, go back, snipe, go back. And then splitting your armies means your castles will always get trapped. I didn't like this approach. But it's obviously so easy to be critical here as well. I will update the score for us. In the end, it was an incredible series. I will show you the trailer, what we just did and what we are here for. And then we will see each other with the after talk.